Hi, my name is Schyler Church. I am a California real estate broker as well as a member of the education department at Accredited Real Estate Schools. So we help provide students with those course requirements to be eligible to take that state exam and receive the license, as well as a bunch of different options when preparing for that state test. So what you might be thinking of though is when you do submit that application, when do you need to do your fingerprinting to actually obtain the license? So when do you do your fingerprinting and how to do it? So let's talk about it. So it depends first off on the application option that you select. So if you're doing the exam only application, this is like the pay as you go, you don't need to do your live scan fingerprinting yet. You will only have to do it once you take and pass the state exam and you submit for the license. But if you're paying for and doing everything up front with the combination application, then you need to do your live scan fingerprinting ahead of time when you send in your original application. So let's kind of talk about it. So let's see here. So the examination application route, it's kind of a pay-as-you-go, but it does take a little bit longer of overall process. So you have your examination application, you get approved for that, you take and pass the state exam, and then you submit for the license application. And that's when you do your live scan fingerprinting, and then once that's approved, you'll receive your license. Whereas if you do the combination, you pay for the approval for your exam and license up front with your initial application submission. So you need to do your live scan fingerprinting ahead of time. You'll then take and pass the state exam, but the good news is when you do pass it that day, you'll receive your license. So there's no additional waiting, for instance, on the license application approval. Then what are the applications? So now that you've decided which route that you're wanting to go, well, if you're doing the examination application, the live scan application is when your live scan fingerprinting form will also be included in that license application. Whereas if you're doing the combination one, you will do the combination application form of salesperson RE 435 or broker RE 436. And within that application, there's going to be a live scan fingerprinting form included. So let's discuss this a little more. So for salesperson, you've decided the combination route. Well, you have RE 435 right here for salesperson. You will select, are you doing the combination or just the license portion of it? So if you're doing the combination, check the C. If you're doing the license, check that. And then make sure to fill out the application completely and correctly. Broker, same type of thing, form RE 436. Select if you're doing the combination or the license only. And once that's selected, you then will go to the license fingerprinting, the live scan fingerprinting form, which is RE 237. So this is page 8 of the application. And this is what you need to make sure is filled out, and you have to go to a live scan operator to complete. So RE 237, page 8 of the application, this is pre-filled out by the departments. Then part 2 is what you will fill out with your information, so your legal name, any former names, birth, date of birth, your gender, height, weight, eye color, hair color, place of birth, social security number, driver's license number, your address, and then your OCA number, if otherwise you're just your social security number. And then part 3 is what the operator actually fills out. So the operator will put in their name, the date that it's completed, transmitting agency, the amount collected, for rolling, as well as for the actual background check with the DOJ and FBI, and the ATI number. So they're going to give you that information filled out once they have your filled out form from part 2. So this is what you need to make sure to bring to the operator. And then the operator will actually do your fingerprints. So the completed form will be given to the operator, where you can go to either like the sheriff or police department, some mailing locations. So here's a website right here though that has a lot of different, basically a list of live scan operators for you. So make sure to check out that website. You can also Google it. for places near you. The operator will collect, besides the form that they'll also complete, but the Department of Justice and FBI processing fee, as well as the rolling fee. So it averages to about $75 depending where you go. Could be more, could be less. The rolling fee is really the biggest variable of it. And also the operator will then complete part 3 of the form that you give them. They will do the actual live scan fingerprinting, so the rolling of your fingers. And then the operator will give you a completed form back with copies. So you should have a few copies back in your hands of a completed form. Now, what do you do with these copies? Well, one, the operator keeps. So the operator will keep it and send it in for processing. That way, the DRE will be able to access it from the copy you give them. So you'll have another copy that you're going to submit to the Department of Real Estate, but it has to be with your entire application package and fees. You can't just submit the form without anything else. It has to be with your application package. So you'll send one copy to them and then keep one copy for your own records. Really important to keep that in case the DRE loses it or something happens. You want to have a copy of it. So those are what you do with the copies. And then once you have your application ready to go to the department, you're going to send it to them. You can mail it or drop it off in person. Here is their information. So this is the Department of Real Estate with their P.O. box in Sacramento. You'll submit the entire application package to them, not just the form RE-237 with your live scan fingerprinting. It has to be included with your application package, depending on if you're applying for the combination or you've already done the exam and now you're doing the license portion of it. And then you just wait for approval. So wait for the DRE to approve your application, and the DRE will mail. They actually usually email you notice once you're approved. They'll usually mail you something if they're missing something. The biggest thing to do is to check the current processing timeframes from the department, because they sometimes can go pretty smoothly. Maybe it might be only a month in processing. Sometimes it's over 2 months in processing. You never know. So keep an eye on their current processing timeframes. Also, from the date that they cashed your check or ran your credit card. That is the best date to realize when the DRE actually put you into this, basically the queue. And then once you're approved, you'll receive that license. So if you did the exam application route, this is when you've, the last step was just the license portion of it because you've already passed the state exam. If you're the combination, well, now you're approved to go take the state exam. And once you pass it, you'll then receive the license. So I know this is pretty complicated and sometimes a little convoluted, but I hope this clarified a little bit regarding the routes you can go and also when you do fingerprinting. Now, just to let you know, we're not affiliated with the Department of Real Estate, so we do not cover all stipulations. So make sure to cross-reference and talk to them specifically. But if you have any questions or want to check out our program, feel free to contact us at Accredited and we'll be happy to assist you. I have our information posted here. Thanks for watching and good luck with your licensing journey.